Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moments. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Throne of Seal episode number 208 based on novel. So let's start. Magic pictures appeared in the sky like a mirage. Green shadows of countless plants presented themselves in mid-air. These plants seemed to grow and spread all over the sky. This beautiful aura of the all things resuscitate even surprised the devils. The green images reached 1,000 meters far away that even Chumogwan, which was located at Assassin Temple, could witness it clearly. That strong livelihood fell from the sky and made all the strong men of non-dark attributes feel that their spiritual power increased to a great extent. This helped humans to increase their power and greatly weakened the devil's strength. This greatly influenced two sides' morale. The moon devil god Agares could not believe it. He finally realized why the god of devils used the anti-heavenly devil dragon pillar. Long Houchen was much stronger than they had thought. Simply by this sky change, it proved that he had the power to challenge the god of devils. The god of devils' face looked gloomy and issued another round of attack during the all things resuscitate. He raised his sword slowly and held it with both hands. Meanwhile, a strange sound burst inside his body. In his chest, thousands of gleams of dark blue light shone and turned to a light ball crawling upward. It then merged into the sword. A small black hole appeared at the tip of the sword and it soon expanded. In an instant, it tore up the curtain of the all things resuscitate and the strong spiritual fluctuation produced an unimaginable crushing force. Around the black hole, it was full of dark blue lightning and thunder. The anti-heavenly devil god pillar disappeared quietly in the sky. The black hole expanded rapidly as if it could absorb all power, and the dark blue thunder and lightning kept increasing surrounding the black hole. The power of creation and the power of crushing were fighting fiercely with each other. But to the god of devil's surprise, this time, Long Houchen did not use the all things resuscitate to attack. Instead, it seemed that he just made a layout. After the black hole reached as far as 1,000 meters, it stopped. Bird chirping and beasts crying sounds started to ring up. In that green natural world, insects and animals appeared, and they were evolving rapidly. They grew stronger and stronger, and then devil beasts also appeared. This magical scene made the god of devils feel a lot of pressure. This was the second sword of the three swords of eternity, animals of creation. Only this time, it appeared together with the all things resuscitate. Living things were born in nature, which followed the laws of nature. Seeing this, Agares' eyes softened and then became more sure of it. He slowed his attack towards Xu Yongxiao and looked at the sky with pleasure. He liked this aura of creation. He wanted the aura of living rather than the force of crushing. Vashak was also surprised by the scene. Though he did not feel as deeply as the moon devil god did, he did realize that their plan could come true. Long Houchen was capable of defeating the god of devils. Outside of Yulongguan, the Temple Federation and Devil Clan's strong men split away and the battle paused for a while. They fell to the ground or at the castle of Yulongguan. All of them looked at the magical change happening in the sky. This was a battle between the two strongest men in the world. All the devil gods realized for the first time that their invincible king now had a competent rival. It was hard to say who would have the last laugh. But the scary clash just now could be the critical moment. Facing the combination of the all things resuscitate and animals of creation, the sword in the god of devils changed again and the anti-heavenly devil dragon pillar appeared. Only this time it appeared directly under the god of devils' feet. Then his body was melting into the pillar softly. Sharp dragon cries rang up and the pillar directly went inside the huge black hole with a width of 1,000 meters, which was reducing its size rapidly. The dragon cries did not disappear but became stronger and stronger. It was like thunder exploding in the sky, one by one. The animals of creation in the all things resuscitate became a bit illusory in this terrifying dragon cry and trembled. What happened next shocked all strong members on the human side. Right at the black hole, a huge head slowly came out. It was a dragon head in total black with bloody huge eyes. Even though it was 3,000 meters high above the ground, people on the ground could still see the red color and sense the crushing aura. The dragon was covered with dark blue mist full of thunders and lightning. Its body followed behind the head and went out as well. And the size of that body shocked everyone at the sight, including the devils. At first, they thought that the previous dragon was very scary. Now they found that this dragon was much more terrifying than the previous one. This black huge dragon was about 3,000 meters long. As it appeared, green curtains and all living things were greatly affected, especially the devil beasts in the curtain. They fled as if they had met their natural enemy. This was the original body of the god of devils. As the head of the anti-heavenly dragons and their emperor, this was the first time the god of devils showed its own original body in the battle with human beings. It was his body after the integration with the anti-heavenly devil pillar. The aura of horror increased rapidly, and its bloody eyes surrounded by dark blue mist looked at the curtain. The dragon did not issue attacks and was only floating in the air. However, his aura had completely interrupted the constitution of sky curtains. After Feng Xiu came out with his original body, he gained the upper hand again. The star devil god Vashak went by the side of the moon devil god Agares and said in a low voice, Feng Xiu used his divine power. Agares slowly nodded. This power we cannot fight against. I'm not sure if Long Haochen can win. If he were to win, then the humans will win this war. And then we can make our own choice. Vashak was not pleased after hearing it. He said with a worried look, I do not know why. I have a very bad feeling. What? Agares looked at Vashak with surprise. If other people had said so, he would not care much, but it was the star devil god who had said it. The devil clan's prophet's words should be taken seriously. Vashak said in a low voice, do you still remember what I said before? In the Star Devil Tower, we had the chance to kill Long Haochen, and it was the only one chance we had. And we failed that time, so there are no more chances left. Therefore, I agreed with your plan. If we could not kill Long Haochen, it means that Long Haochen is the key for the Devil Clan's death. That means he should be able to defeat the God of Devils. Agares nodded and said, I remember. And that's what we want. Vashak said, but today when I saw Long Haochen, I felt something very dangerous, as if he has some kind of power to harm us. Agares said, I do not understand. Vashak said with a scared look, do you think Long Haochen will defeat Feng Xiu? Agares said without hesitation, it's going to be a tough battle for him. It takes Long Haochen a lot of efforts to just make it even with Feng Xiu. Long Haochen is very strong, but I feel that he would not have the same breakthrough as Feng Xiu did, whose spirit power exceeded 1 million and reached another level. It would be hard for him to have a tie, not to mention to defeat Feng Xiu. Therefore I'm thinking of helping him. Vashak shook his head firmly. No. No way. According to the conclusion of the prophecy, Feng Xiu cannot kill Long Haochen. In today's fight, Feng Xiu has already regarded Long Haochen as one of his biggest threats. If he were to win, would he let Long Haochen go? And the prophecy says that Long Haochen will not die in today's war. That means he has something else to rival Feng Xiu. Besides the sealed divine throne of eternity and creation, what else does he have? Agares finally understood Vashak and he said with a surprised look, you are saying. During their conversation, the sky changed again. The broken green sky curtains suddenly stabilized again. And then the whole sky curtain's color dimmed down. Stars appeared one by one on the higher places on the curtain and illuminated all living creatures. Soon, the amount of stars increased rapidly. When millions of stars shone at the same time, the god of devils' huge body and the black hole froze in the sky. The third sword of the three swords of eternity, starry sky of eternity, finally came out. All things resuscitate, animals of creation, and starry sky of eternity all combined together and painted a beautiful picture in the sky. It was like another world was being made 3,000 meters high above the ground. In the lights of stars, all things grew and evolved. What a magical, wonderful, and natural creation! And this was the most powerful skill of sealed divine throne, creation. The body of the god of devils was sealed in this beautiful painting and looked so strange. He could not move at all, but his bloody eyes remained ferocious. Right at this moment, the black hole suddenly lit up and shone with the dark purple light. Part of the painting of creation was illuminated with purple color. Then the painting started to twitch and a big whirlpool centered on the god of devils' body contracted instantly. The power of creation had arrived. Meanwhile, the god of devils also changed. His 3,000 meters long body was still frozen, but the dark purple black hole contracted suddenly in front of him and turned to a small dark purple light ball at the top of his head. Suddenly the sky dimmed down. And the darkness fell and took away all the lights. All people, including the moon devil god, the star devil god, and the common soldiers, all felt like they were strangled. The darkness did not appear in the sky, but also in their hearts. Terror, together with this darkness, appeared. The whole seemed to be taken away in this darkness if it lasted for any longer. Fortunately, lights reappeared in the darkness. The light seemed to last only for a second but also seemed to have been there already for centuries. A light spot lit up in the sky. Then the light seemed to open the door of light and dazzling light suddenly shone. Due to the extreme darkness to extreme light, everyone tried to close their eyes, including those who were at the rank of 8 or 9. The light appeared above the sky. Due to the instant switch of darkness to light, nobody saw clearly what color the light was. A huge light ball was lit up in the sky and it covered a huge area as if it was going to destroy everything. The mountains of Yulongguan cracked as if they could not bear the pressure from this huge light ball and would collapse any minute. And cracks appeared on the mountains, showing that they might collapse any time. Fortunately, the light after being extremely intense started to contract and everything went back to normal slowly. The sky turned so unprecedentedly clean without any clouds or ashes within a 10,000 meters range. In the clear sky, 2 eye-catching figures appeared. Feng Xiu's 3,000 meters body was still suspended in the sky. And not far away from him, Long Haochen spread his wings wearing the armor of eternity and creation, breathing heavily. Long Haochen's eyes dimmed and the white glow of the armor dimmed as well. His eyes were so persistent and also a bit unreconciled. You made me use the perishment of one. You should be proud. The goddess of nature left behind the elf dragon to guard the dream paradise in Dream Shrine, and that dragon died under my perishment of one. Though you are not heavily injured, that trace of aura of creation was used up. What else do you have to fight against me? You did well. This painting of creation is very strong and you have divine power. I might be defeated. But what a shame, no matter how great that sealed divine throne of eternity and creation was, it could never improve your power to the level of God. The God of Devil's voice was very calm, as if after the battle just now, all his feelings had disappeared. Long Haochen struggled to lift up his sword of eternity and creation. You did not win. Don't talk to me like that. Feng Xiu smiled slightly and said, the painting of creation used up the last trace of God of creation soul. What else do you have that is stronger than that? I consumed a lot of energy after using the perishment of one. But I am still God and I recover much better than a human being. Son of Devil God. The huge dragon head lifted up and looked up into the sky. A bundle of purple rays tore up the space and appeared above the God of Devil's huge body. It was a sun, dark purple Sunday. Dark purple light spread over the God of Devils and helped him recover rapidly. In Long Haochen's chest, the heart of eternity beat so violently and helped him to recover his spiritual power. But he could clearly feel that the God of Devils was recovering much faster than he was. The scary clash that happened just now became nothing. And that strike seemed to use up Long Haochen and the God of Devil's power. The difference was that the God of Devils consumed only his spiritual power, but Long Haochen consumed the last trace of breath of the God of creation left on the sealed divine throne of eternity and creation. Without this trace, Long Haochen lost the power of the God of creation, which scared the God of Devils the most. And he could not use the painting once more. This was the reason why the God of Devils talked so confidently just now. God level's power finally won over the imperial weapon used by human beings. For the God of Devils, this battle had already ended. Long Haochen could not recover as fast as he could. Within 10 minutes, he would be fully recovered. And Long Haochen's spiritual power, even with the assistance of other magical equipment, would need at least half an hour. The Moon Devil God and Star Devil God glanced at each other, both with a worried look. Agarez said, maybe His Majesty loves talented ones and Long Haochen has his blood so he won't kill Long Haochen. Vashak looked confused. I do not know. I do not understand. But His Majesty killed him once and Long Haochen represented the whole human race. How come would he admit that blood? Just like we would deny that we have human blood. Agarez said in a deep voice, let's wait and the truth will tell. Though the Devil clan remained calm, human beings could not. The God of Devil's voice rang up all the way to the ground and each one of them could hear clearly. Long Haochen did not refute, which meant that he was at a disadvantage. Although Long Haochen until now made all the Temple Federation's strong men feel proud of him, he did not defeat the God of Devils. Once their battle ended, it meant that humans would be defeated. Xiaohua and Xu Yongxiao glanced at each other with a firm look. If the God of Devils were to return, they might not even have the chance to kill any other devils. What was there to wait for at this moment? Here we go. Xiaohua, the first generation of the head of Night Temple, who had always been very calm, suddenly cried out. The huge golden swords transformed from spiritual power suddenly shone bright lights and headed towards the Devil clan without any reservations. Under his guidance, the humans went all out again. and the Modao cannons that remained behind shone with strong lights. Another round of battle which became more cruel began. Agares and Vashak had the same strategy as before and did not go all out. But still Xiaohua and Xu Yongxiao were blocked by them. The battles in other places were not the same. Every Temple Federation's strong man felt a big crisis. Humans could not lose this war. Once lost, thousands of humans' futures would be lost. For their families and their clans, they had decided to fight until the last drop of their blood was used. The Light Dawn Demon Hunter group gathered together. The ones at the front was Lin Xin, and behind him was Kia, Wang Yuan, Han Yu, Sai Maxian, and Zhong Fang. Kia's 12 guards stood beside them and formed the strongest group of humans. Above Lin Xin's head, a holy sun hung, and his whole body was illuminated to blue color. With that scary aura, even the Moon Devil God and Star Devil God, who were fighting with Xiaohua and Xu Yongxiao, were shocked. The Siamese spirit pills once again appeared in the battle. With the help of the pills, Light Dawn Demon Hunter group could survive in numerous battles. And this time, what Lin Xin made was the Siamese spirit pill, which was mainly made with the crowns of the devil gods and anti-heavenly devil dragons fleshed together with other precious materials. It could help the strong 9 levels. They lasted for half an hour. This was the last card of Light Dawn Demon Hunter group. High above in the air, Long Haochen and the God of Devils battle seemed to be settled. Long Haochen was at disadvantage. However, only the members of Light Dawn Demon Hunter group were still very confident about their leader. What Long Haochen did until now already surpassed their imagination. He even increased his level to rank 9. However, they were all very clear that Long Haochen did not show his last card, which would shock the whole devil race. Therefore all they could do now was to solve all the other problems for Long Haochen and helped him to focus on the battle with the God of Devils. They would do everything to protect the strongest humans. The super version of the Siamese spirit pill was used at this moment. Lin Xin used it, and behind him each member of Light Dawn Demon Hunter group beamed with a strange color as if their bodies turned to some imperial weapons. Du and Yi and Yang Wenjiao did not participate in it. Their bodies might not be able to bear the power of the Siamese spirit pill, and more importantly, Lin Xin and the other 6 people would reach the extreme power. It would make no difference to add any other members. All 7 strong men of Light Dawn Demon Hunter group all got improved to the domain level. Their spiritual power added together could surpass 1,500,000 points. And what Lin Xin had was at most 990,000 points. God's domain and level could not be reached in this situation. Someone might think that 990,000 points was such a small number compared with 1,500,000 points. As that 1,500,000 points was divided into 7 pieces, and the 990,000 points that Lin Xin had all belonged to himself with rank 9 level 9. What's more, with companion spiritual support, the time they were able to use the pill exceeded half an hour. And Lin Xin endured a huge spiritual pressure. Many thanks to the 20 anti-heavenly dragons they killed last time and inner pills hidden in those dragons, Lin Xin could make the guard pills and support himself to endure the spiritual pressure of rank 9 level 9. The fire of immortal dragon was lifted up, and Lin Xin's body was like a burning blue fire elf. His eyes were full of blue mist due to the burning fire. As soon as the fight began, he presented his most tough side. The strong blue fire turned to a huge fire pillar, and in this explosion, at least 8 hidden devils were forced to come out and turn to ashes. Only one escaped, who was the 45th pillar devil god with great assassination skills, head of Diaiku clan, hidden devil god Bayan. Just now Bayan led his men to hide and got ready to ambush Lin Xin. But how could he fight against Lin Xin's strong perception of elements? As long as there was a fire element, no changes could escape his perception. The magic Lin Xin used just now as only resistance fire ring and fire explosion, which all belonged to the magic level under 4. But such a small trick could kill 8 Diaiku clan's strong devils. That was why Lin Xin was in charge of the Siamese spirit, and not Kia. He was the best among Light Dawn Demon Hunter group to issue long-distance attack, and he had strong heart fire. Bayan was forced out of the hidden state and tried to escape. He failed, and the solid fire element around Lin Xin shocked him. Wanna run away? Lin Xin snorted and pointed the fire of immortal dragon towards Bayan. A stray of black line shot out from the dragon crystal of the fire. Bayan was just about to defend himself before his body was instant broken through by the attack. His devil blade was broken into pieces, and a huge hole appeared between his chest and belly without bleeding. Next moment Bayan's corpse turned to steam and disappeared. A blue light flashed across, and a hand made of fire grabbed Bayan's crown of devil god accurately and brought it back to Lin Xin. The finger of fire god was not black, but blue fire was condensed, making it look black. The 45th pillar of the devil clan, hidden devil god Bayan, was killed within just a few seconds. Lin Xin's power had just revealed. With the protection of 12 holy guards, he flew slowly forward with fire of immortal dragon lifting up high. The holy sun above his head did not increase in size but suddenly turned to dark blue and then turned black just like the finger of fire god. A circle of blue fire mist surrounded the black, almost the same color of the anti-heavenly devil dragon emperor who just appeared with his original body. Lin Xin's appearance right now with black sun over his head made him look even more like a devil. And in the next few minutes, he was going to be the nightmare of the devil clan. A huge black fireball first flew out from the holy sun with a width of give meters. A circle of dark blue mist surrounded the fireball. It flew slowly forward. And the place it flew across, a mist was left behind. What was more terrifying was that the mist made the black fireball a bit illusory and nobody could see clearly its position. It moved forward as if it was searching for something, which was completely different from the normal magic that moved directly to the goal. Then the second black fireball shot out in the same shape as the first one and moved in the same style, in a misty style. Lin Xin's killing of Bayan left a deep impression on each member of the devil clan. Seeing all these black fireballs appearing which looked even more scary than finger of fire god that killed Bayan, nobody dared to touch it. No one knew how powerful this ball was. Lin Xin smiled. It was a warm smile but a bit ferocious. Those who were familiar with him knew that he was going to do something bad. Those huge black fireballs flew out one after another as if it did not consume any magical power. Lin Xin did not stop until the 9th one shot out. And the moment the 9th one flew out, the previous 8 balls which wandered around suddenly speeded up and flew towards the place where the most devils were fighting. It was the place where devil dragon armies and devil gods gathered. Scared by these fireballs, many devils tried to avoid Lin Xin and unconsciously gathered at the same place. More members, more power, the devils thought. And the black fireballs exploded and many strong devils tried to escape but split away from each other. Facing 9 huge black fireballs, no devils including devil gods would like to challenge them. They still remembered clearly how Bayan was killed and the rapidly moving fireballs made them all want to escape. However, the black fireballs which were wandering slowly just now suddenly speeded up and those which flew out at the very beginning moved into the most densely devil-populated area. The devils split away instantly and none was hit by the balls. The fireballs suddenly stopped, which made it even more weird. The moment it stopped, a second black fireball came close and the two clashed together. The devils who were busy escaping were all shocked and they all turned around and posed defensively. What strong power would the clash release from those two scary fireballs? However, they did not explode but their changes made all the strong devils frightened. The devil gods who stood near instantly used their own devil god pillar and got transferred back to the pillar. Those two balls did not explode but integrated with each other. The two became an even bigger one. And in a second, the 7 balls all came together and became one. When all the 9 fireballs became one, a horrible existence of the width of 30 meters formed. The devils felt as if they were strangled, and as if they were facing the god of devils. Goodbye, my friend. Lin Xin smiled and waved the fire of immortal dragon in his hand. The next moment, a strange explosion sound rang up in the center of the scary fireball. A layer of strange black light spread out for about 500 meters far which stopped right before touching the Temple Federation members. It disappeared quickly after about 3 to 5 seconds. In the first second that black light swept across, all the Hell Devils, Evil Devils, Moon Devils, and Star Devils at level 8 and the Devil Dragon Army at level 9 all disappeared into an illusory mist. After 2 seconds, all these mists rose up and disappeared in air like steam. Nothing was left, not even the Devil Crystals. The Devil Gods could escape with the Devil God Pillar, but the other devils could not. The black light killed about 100 devils at rank 8 and tens of Devil Dragon armies within 500 meters range. The anti-heavenly Devil Dragon, Star Devil clan with prophecy skills, and Moon Devils who were good at both magic and martial arts, all disappeared in that black light without any resistance. This was too scary. Though a few Devil Gods were killed before, such a great loss occurred for the first time since the battle began. Lin Xin said with a sad look, "What a waste, so many good materials. What a shame. But don't you think the skill I just used was great? Let me see, I'll call it Solar Eclipse of 9. How about it? I'm a genius. If the members of Light Dawn Demon Hunter Group did not have to continue with their practice of Siamese spirit and could not talk just in case, they would have really wanted to beat Lin Xin up. Under the influence of the Siamese spirit, Lin Xin's practice level increased to rank 9 and level 99, and his passion was completely lit up, together with his humor and hatred towards devils. He was so excited. Though he boasted of himself, nobody could deny that he was a genius. He was able to create a new skill after gaining the power from the Siamese spirit. Not everybody had this gift. The Light Dawn Demon Hunter Group made the right decision to have him as the leader. If they were to choose Korea or Chen Yinga, they would not do such harm to the devils within such a short period of time. The power of the solar eclipse of 9 was so strong that the Moon Devil God and Star Devil God noticed the changes. Their clans and about 1/10 of their army were killed. They felt threatened due to Lin Xin's attack. Lin Xin waved the fire of Immortal Dragon in his hand and looked at the black dragon crystal which was burned by his own fire. He smiled and looked at the devil in the distance. He waved his wand and shouted, "Come on! Try it once again." This time a series of black fireballs shoot out towards the devils on the other side. With the lessons taught just now, no devils dared to stay in his attacking range. The Devil Dragon army became so nervous. The Moon Devil God Agare's eyes shone with purple lights and a purple moon shone behind him. He escaped Xu Yongxiao's attack by a flash, meanwhile a purple armor covered his whole body and a purple moon mark appeared between his eyes. 12 purple wings spread behind his back and he appeared in front of Lin Xin in a second. He put his hands together and shot out a purple moon which headed towards the fireball. Since the battle began, Agares had been playing without putting much effort, but now he could not help but to fight with full strength. He even used God form which proved what a big threat Lin Xin posed upon the Devil clan. But soon Agares got very angry. Those scary black balls disappeared like bubbles under the purple moon's attack. Those were not real at all, simply illusions. Lin Xin smiled at Agares. "Sorry to disappoint you. I was just messing with you. Don't be so serious." He waved the fire of Immortal Dragon to both sides and the black fire lines flew to all directions. The black fire seemed to have eyes and searched for the devils who were fighting with Temple Federation members. It moved so fast and soon locked on those enemies. In a few seconds, about 8 devils were killed and disappeared into mist. Agares became serious. He did not think that the Light Dawn Demon Hunter Group had such a method for increasing power. Lin Xin was like a monster after increasing his spiritual power. He was without doubt the strongest fire magician in human history. The heat in that fire even made him scared. Lin Xin affected the devils' morale. Their advantage was oppressed. Even the devil gods hid themselves beside devil god pillars to avoid getting hit by Lin Xin. Agares would be very happy to see this happening if he had stuck to his old plan. He might at most feel a bit sad for his own clan people's death. But just now he was reminded by Vashak and he thought differently now about Long Haochen, so he could not just stand by and see the devil clan be destroyed like this. He put his hands by 2 sides and 2 moon blades with a width of 1/3 of a meter and a length of a meter appeared. The blades were purple and the purple lights on it waved like water. Now the Moon Devil God and Star Devil God's real strength was put on the table. Agares ran out of the battle with Xu Yongxiao and Vashak instantly encircled Xu Yongxiao in his attacking range so that she could not escape. Even until now, Vashak did not use his god form. If these two were to use their full strength from the very beginning, the strong fighters of the Temple Federation might not be able to defend themselves. Agares spread out his 12 wings in different shapes. After all wings spread out, they formed a huge circle and looked like a purple moon shining with purple lights. He grabbed his blades on both sides and fixed his eyes on Lin Xin. The Moon Devil God's eyes did not scare Lin Xin, but he now felt like spikes in the back. He dared not to attack other devils and the fire of Immortal Dragon pointed to Agares aggressively. Agares snorted and his wings lit up at the same time. Suddenly, a huge purple light circle, like a full moon, ran towards Lin Xin with Agares in the middle. The black holy sun above Lin Xin's head shone at the same time and it moved towards Agares' attack. The black and purple mixed in the air and exploded. Lin Xin was suspended in the air and did not move. What surprised him was that Agares was not by any means at a disadvantage, but only his shoulders trembled a little bit. Not only was Lin Xin so surprised, but the Light Dawn Demon Hunter Group was also the same. The Temple Federation members all thought that the strongest devil was the god of devils and that he had no rivals in this world. Agares and Vashak had always been the right-hand men for the god of devils, therefore they were always behind him. Everybody thought that these two's practice levels were much lower than that of the god of devils. But now, Lin Xin used his own new level to test Agares, who was found to have great power. In his god form, Agares' practice level would be no less than rank 9 and level 9. It was no wonder he dared to stand in front of Lin Xin, regardless of the black fire. Lin Xin's attack was blocked by the moon devil god, and that cheered all the devils up. With no need for instructions, the devil gods who were hidden all issued attacks once again. They led their members and attacked the Temple Federation members, who got only a few seconds to rest. The battle started again. Black fireballs appeared again, and now they were not illusions. Apparently Lin Xin wanted to use the solar eclipse of 9 again. Agares might not be able to compete with him in terms of offensive power, since he was assisted by the Siamese spirit, but Lin Xin was accompanied by so many people, therefore he could not move swiftly as well as Agares. Illusory purple figures appeared at such a fast speed that eyes could not catch it. When the third fireball shot out, the first one was cut through by Agares' blade right in between. Though black fire was lit up around Agares, it was driven away by the 12 wings behind him. Without integration, the solar eclipse of 9 could not work well. Lin Xin's current state would not allow him to try for a bigger move, as it might consume too much of his energy and would be a great burden for his body. He could not take risks. Once his body collapsed, his companions would be in trouble as well. Therefore he could only stand by and saw his solar eclipse of 9 to be melted by Agares. But Agares did not issue any attacks to Lin Xin. He sometimes looked up to the sky to observe the battle between the god of devils and Long Haochen, who were busy recovering. Lin Xin stopped to use any complicated skill like the solar eclipse of 9. He now understood that Agares did not go all out still, otherwise when he just had used the solar eclipse of 9 just now, Agares would have attacked him as he was so weak just now. He once again used the finger of fire god and pointed them at Agares non-stop. It was a very powerful attack, and each attack came together with a hellfire needle. Agares was strong, but he had to focus on his fight with Lin Xin under this attack and dared not to cast glances to the sky, but went all out for Lin Xin. Yu Yao brother became so powerful after the Siamese spirit practice. Now he was in the upper hand, so he could point the finger of fire god sometimes to other directions, looking for the subordinates of the anti-heavenly dragon. Though it might not be able to kill the dragon, it could at least make enough trouble. He chose the anti-heavenly devil dragon to attack, not the moon devils or the star devils. The Light Dawn Demon Hunter group already got the order from Long Haochen and knew that the moon devil god was hesitant in this fight. Lin Xin understood why Agares jumped out to fight, all because his clan members had died. Therefore he chose to avoid the moon devils and star devils and focused on attacking the anti-heavenly devil dragons. This was what Agares wanted to see the most, and therefore would not stop Lin Xin. Agares somewhat began to respect this shameless guy. A sharp dragon cry rang up and all people looked up to the sky again. It was the sound of the god of devils. His 3,000 meters long body slowly erected and his bloody eyes stared at Long Haochen. He said coldly, "To surrender or to die, you have your last chance." The god of devils' attitude changed towards Long Haochen. He could no longer reach the goal that was set by him at the very beginning. Long Haochen's practice level was far beyond his expectation. He could not erase Long Haochen's memory and insert his own blood into Long Haochen to train him. Only if Long Haochen were to surrender and open his soul, that he might be able to train him to be the inheritor. Though he used his god-level power to oppress Long Haochen, he felt a great crisis during the fight. The god of devils was very clear that with the assistance of sealed divine throne of eternity and creation and Yi Xiaolei, who was a spirit of God, Long Haochen might be able to reach the same level as he did within a short time. With Yi Xiaolei's help and goddess of nature's experience, he might even break the rules and become a god. At that time, not only the devil clan would suffer greatly, but he himself might also not even fight with Long Haochen. Feng Xiu was a fierce and ambitious devil. When he found out that something could not be controlled, he threw away the connection of blood with Long Haochen. Long Haochen looked at the god of devils coldly. "You should know the answer." Feng Xiu's cold eyes now were filled with passion for killing. "I want to hear you say it yourself. If you choose to surrender, give me the god's position of the goddess of nature. Otherwise, I'll kill you again." Long Haochen snorted. "Your Majesty, are you so confident that you can kill me? Have you ever considered in today's fight that I knew the armor of eternity will wake up? The will of God of creation, can I guess it?" Hearing it, the god of devils became confused. "What do you want to say? Surrender or death?" Long Haochen kept talking. I only want to say that if I already knew that my practice level cannot compete with yours, why would I come and lead my people to have this holy war? Naturally, I have my last card, which can give you a huge blow. The unexpected awakening of the sealed divine throne of eternity and creation only made me more assured. I believe that even if I cannot step into the realm of God, you are no rival for me. Long Houchen lifted his right hand and activated the mask of his armor of eternity and creation. Behind the mask, his handsome face was revealed. Meanwhile, Long Houchen touched his forehead gently, where the 9 purple lines were located. Seeing the purple golden lines, the god of devils suddenly shook and he said coldly, "You want to defeat me by that one trace of blood aura of Austin Griffin? He has never completely awakened. Do you think that aura can surpass that of God of creation?" Though he said with ease, his eyes revealed fear. Long Houchen felt it clearly. Agares and Vashak were both very nervous now on the ground. They understood that they would soon be able to decide what they should do next after seeing what would happen between Long Houchen and the god of devils. Long Houchen did not answer the god of devils' question. Purple golden light lit up in his forehead. As he lifted up his right hand, the purple light expanded and appeared in the sky, making a huge contrast with the white armor of eternity and creation. The god of devils looked terrified because he felt that the purple golden glow gave out an aura much stronger than he expected. He could not wait any longer. The god of devils attacked Long Houchen with his huge dragon tail. Dark blue lightning froze on the tail and turned to a dark blue blade, which might be able to cut Long Houchen in half. Long Houchen fixed his eyes and the purple light jumped into his palm. Then his body appeared in mid-air. A huge eye appeared quietly in the sky. It was so big, with a height of 50 meters. What was more strange was the color of it. It had 2 different colors. At the edge of the eye, one side was crystal white like the sword of eternity and creation, and on the other side was deep purple golden color without any livelihood. The 2 colors made a big contrast. And what was more terrifying was that in the eye, 2 pupils appeared. One was white, and the other one purple. And these 2 pupils seemed to integrate together. They were chasing each other like yin and yang. This video will end here.